Hey, I'm John Edwards. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I'm also the lead guitar player for Ophir Drive. And this is a song I wrote like 2 nights ago. I don't even have a title yet. My face no more, 'cause I know I've made this face 100 times before, and I know why you don't want to talk today. Because you know exactly what I'll say. And this is the face of disappointment. And this is the voice that will not lie. I know why you won't look in my eyes, 'cause I know you don't like goodbyes. And I know why you hold my hand so tight. It's because you know this will be our last night. And these are the eyes of resolve, and these are the hands that are letting go. This is the face of disappointment, and this is a voice that will not lie. This is the face of disappointment, and this is a voice that will not lie.
Welcome back to this edition of Minstrels on the Block. Special guest, Mr. Jonathan Edwards, John with 0H. So, John, here is the part of the show where we give you the open floor. You can pimp what you want, talk about what you want, tell everybody your websites, visual aids, things like that.
Well, this is the record that Ophir Drive, the band that I'm in, made last year, about May. It's a really good, solid, like, rock and roll record. It's a guitar record. There's lots of guitar solos and layers of guitars, and Sarah's huge voice. So if that's the kind of thing you're into, then you definitely want a copy of this.
Yeah.
You can find it on iTunes if you're not into these barbaric plastic things.
Yeah, yeah.
You can buy it from our website, www.ophirdrive.com.
Cool. Easy to remember.
We have these at every show that we play.
Nice.
We have T-shirts with like an awesome bird motif. Yeah. So if you like birds or rock and roll or high quality T-shirts, get those on ophirdrive.com or our next show.
And this was recorded at Spinnaker Studio, correct?
That's right.
Jason
we worked with Jason Ezel, and that was great experience. I definitely enjoyed working with Jason. He's a genius. It was great. You know, it was really laid back. You know, so there was hardly any tension in the studio, and he really helped. Him and Jordan Beck really helped me out with the tone of the guitars before we recorded them. So that was huge. You know,
Jordan Beck is somebody I'd like to mention here. We've talked about a lot of different musicians over the course of the show. Jordan Beck, who doesn't really play much anymore, but he was a fantastic bass player too, and I'm glad that he was, you know, involved with that. That's cool, because he's another one that's got a really good head on his shoulders. Now, you, as far as your own songwriting is concerned, do you have a website?
Right now, I'm just using Facebook. I find that, I mean, the Ophir Drive website has been really good for us, but I find that having like the Twitter and the MySpace and all these different things are just confusing, and it's you have to put a lot of extra work into getting into all these different things when really everybody uses Facebook. Yeah. So I don't really see much point in saturating people with all this different social networking. Yeah.
I personally still have a MySpace page. I've got a list of songs up there. If people stumble across it and see it, you never know, you might pick up a fan. But yeah, I mean, simplicity is good. It's the old, I think they call it KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Right. Okay, now there's a couple of questions I usually ask the guests on the show. One is, what do you personally think of the local music scene?
Columbus has been really good to us. Columbus is a really good place to make a living as a musician. People like Brent Lindley have done just fantastic here, you know. But eventually, you have to go somewhere else if you want to do more than make a living. So I'd like to see Columbus grow as far as that's concerned. And if that happens, then it might become not such a great place to make a living anymore. So that's kind of a double-edged sword, you know. The bass is kind of a double-edged sword too, because you've always got new people coming in to hear your music, which is great. But at the same time, it's hard to keep a following because they're always leaving too. Yeah. So
they're always hearing your music for the first time.
Right. Yeah. Right. And you know, and you can't get them to come back. Yeah. And draw is really important if you're going to be working the bar scene like we have been. So, you know, it's. I'm sure any market is like that. You have to work the strengths and weaknesses of it. Right. Yeah. The talent pool here is amazing. It's fantastic. Incredible, the talent pool here. So if that stays the same, I'm sure it'll be good. But you know, I would like to see the people that want it to be their job to actually treat it like a job, and then it'd be easier for all of us for it to be our job. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
The second question I usually ask is, out there in the audience somewhere watching this show, is somebody sitting there with a guitar on his lap who's never ventured out of his house. What would you say to aspiring musicians out there, people who want to come out and play, maybe haven't gotten the nerve, or for whatever reason? What kind of words would you give to an aspiring musician watching the show?
Well, I tell everybody that they should play music, even if they don't want to come out and play, just because it's an amazing outlet. Yeah. You know, if you've had a hard day at the office, there's nothing better than coming home and playing guitar to relieve the stress and get everything out of your system. But for somebody that does want to come out and play, I'd just say try it, because if whatever it is that's holding you back, whether it's your timidness or maybe you don't think you're good enough or whatever, you're not going to know until you try it.
Right.
And then for some people, you know, you got your people that are naturally talented and are just going to blow the doors down. But then for some people, it's just a matter of finding the right people to work with to really open up what it is that you do. And so, again, you have to try it. You have to get out there and probably suck a couple of times.
Yes. Don't be afraid to suck.
But you gotta, you'll never get that first suck out of the way if you if you don't do it. So get out there and do it. And the open mic scene's great for just networking, because I mean, that's how I met everybody. I haven't been to an open mic in forever, just because we've been working so much. But you know, that's how I met the people that I'm working with now.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
The man knows what he's talking about. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Minstrels on the Block. John,
Thank you.
It's been a great pleasure having you on. Hope you've enjoyed this episode and hope you've gotten a lot out of it. Hope to see you soon. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm Brian Mallard for Minstrels on the Block.
Hey, my name is John Edwards. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I'm also the lead guitar player in Ophir Drive. This is a song called It's All Right. Strange life so far, and I don't know where I'll go from here. It's been a long road with lots of curves, and I can see the dangers coming near. Well, I'm battered and blue, but this is what I'll tell you. Well, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We said a lot of words, and I can't say no. I can't say that they were all good, but that's okay. I'm not mad. I know we did the best we could. Still I'm battered and blue, but this is what I'll tell you. Well, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. And no matter what you say to me, well, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. Oh, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. And no matter what the world throws at me,